Everybody has a quality, yeah? Humorous, creative, reliable.
The group quality.
What does it mean to you brainstorm, and whatever comes to your mind, write it?
The first point we had is like it helps to laugh, but there's nothing to laugh about. Like here in this example, because it doesn't help to get upset sometimes. It's better to just laugh about it because it will not change anything if you're angry about it.
Bir şeye kızdıysanız her şeyi değiştirir ama gülüyorsanız yine her şeyi değiştirebilirsiniz yani. Davranışlarınızı, tepkileriniz değişir. Espri yeteneğiyle bakabildiğiniz zaman kızgın bile olsanız.
Okay, and well, the second point, like maybe some of you know this famous film, The Life of Brian, where in the end Brian is hanging on the cross and singing like it's always better to look on the bright side of life. It's basically the same philosophy. Like it doesn't help, like even when it's raining everything, or when you're really down, maybe it helps to just say, well, can just get better from here. So exactly. So you shouldn't be too frustrated sometimes. And also, like here, should I wait for the translation?
Eğer gülebiliyorsanız, gülebilme yeteneğine sahipseniz her problem karşısında yani daha farklı davranırsınız ve gülerek en azından tepki verebilirsiniz diyor.
Also, like psychological situations, like when you're teaching, it helps to get attention often from the class. Like if you make them laugh, they will get distracted from maybe always being too concentrated or even bored by this. So they see also that you're just a human being that also can be funny and exactly. So it gets attention. You maybe calm them down, you distract them a little bit, and also it might even help to resolve conflict situations, like that there's some kind of tension and. In the end, you just dissolve by making everyone laugh, and it's all right with this, and you don't even need to discuss things out to the end.
Bazen tam dersin ortasında ders anlatırken, herkes sıkılmışken birden espri yaparsanız, onları tamam dikkatlerini dağıtmış olursunuz ama onları aynı zamanda eğlendirmiş de olursunuz. Dikkatleri dağılsa bile hani akademik anlamda yine de gülebilecekler, enerjilerini atacaklar. Bu anda daha sonraki eğer hani dersi kaynatma gibi bir fikirleri falan varsa onu da ortadan kaldırmış olursunuz o anda o enerjilerini alarak. O da hani dersin devamı için çok iyi bir özelliktir aslında diyor ve karşılaştığınız problemleri, karşılaştığınız sorunları o şekilde çözebilirsiniz.
Okay, so is it okay like this, or should I give an example, for example? It's a question for you.
Soru var mı sizlerden bunlarla ilgili? Espri yeteneğinin işte eğitimdeki etkisiyle ilgili.
Please. For example, because there was a very funny thing that happened to me once in university, for example, with like a conflict situation, that there was a discussion about like some concept of socialization, and the professor wasn't very satisfied. And in German, it's tricky to say like you or they, like the third person plural is the same. It's always sie.
The third person and
third person plural and like the
üçüncü kişinin çoğulu üçüncü kişinin tekiliyle aynı anlama geliyormuş. Almanca'da.
Exactly. So you understand. So like, and I was saying something about like that the parents of the children, I used like their parents, which would be the same as your parents, probably did not intend it with their education. And then the professor was very serious and said, I will not start discussing about personal things here. And when I had to do this, then the whole class started laughing, and it was okay, he understood too his misjudgment there, and everything was alright.
İşte bir sınıfta bir profesör onların aileleri diyecekken sizin aileleriniz demiş. Çok komik bir anlam çıkmış ortaya çünkü hani aynı anlama geleceği için böyle hani dersin ortasında konuşmuşlar. Aslında stresli bir ders çok komik bir hale getirilmiş. O şekilde sadece o basit hani bir düşüncesiyle.
Und dann hat der Professor das am Schluss aber selber verstanden, dass er hat dann auch gesagt.
Like it's always, when humor is better, you get better way in life, and it makes things easier in general, because then probably it's even, well, more difficult to always be humorous or optimistic than just be upset about things. So, and it makes life easier, and people also appreciate it more. Like also with when you're working with young people, when you're always angry with them or always too serious, you will not be too popular. But if you are humorous, they will also like it for it. So humor is special for them.
Oh, she says the main thing we wanted to say is
that nobody can be unprejudiced. Everybody has some prejudices, and it's just prejudices that doesn't exist, and it's the way you go on with your prejudices. You have to become conscious of your prejudices. That's the main.
Önyargılarınızın bilincinde olmanız gerekiyor.
The main statement, yeah.
Conscious, yeah.
You have to know when they're coming, the prejudice.
And what is the same thing like?
So there are many ways to, or more, we don't know, to get to this.
there are many ways to be prejudiced, to form prejudices, you know. Yes, sometimes they're based on knowing a thing, and some, you know, to have experiences, and sometimes they're based on not knowing.
Bazı
something, you know,
önyargıların şekillenmesi için iki yol vardır. Birincisi deneyimleriniz üzerinden önyargılı olursunuz. İkincisi deneyiminiz olmadan önyargılı olursunuz.
So we have one example for not knowing and knowing about.
İki örnekleri var bununla ilgili. Biri bilinçli olarak yapılan önyargılar, diğeri de hani deneyimler sonucu. Pardon, biri bilinçsizce, bilmeden olan önyargılar ve diğeri deneyimler sonucu olan önyargılar.
So we have in Berlin, we work in a district. Its name is Hellersdorf. We all from Berlin work there. And as I start my work, I have never been there because it's not my district where I want to go. And so I think about, if I go there, what's about the fascists? There are many fascists in this area, I thought. And I come there, and it gives several persons who are nationalists, but not so much I thought about. And now I have experiences, and I know it's another big problem, and I have prejudices too, because it's a very poor district. Many women are alone with their child. Single moms have no education and no work and no education. And it's another prejudice, because not all are so.
So yeah, so she said like she had one prejudice, she thought there were all those Nazis there, and then she comes there and there were no Nazis, or very, very little, and then now she has another prejudice after leaving, you know.
Önceden Nazilerle ilgili böyle bir bilinçsizce, hiç deneyim yaşamadan bir önyargısı varmış. Ama onların çalıştıkları bir grup varmış. İşte onlara yardıma gittiği zaman, bir çalışma yaptığı zaman onları gördükten sonra aslında kendi düşündüğü şeylerin yanlış olduğunu öğrenmiş. Ama bu sefer farklı anlamlarda önyargılar oluşmaya başlamış. Yani yine başka var olan önyargıları değişmiş aslında. Ama bu sefer öğrendiklerinden sonra doğan fikirler oluşmuş, yeni önyargılar edilmiş.
Ja, ein weiterer war dann noch mit den Smileys. Der eine, der kommt, wenn ich bin zur Arbeit, glücklich und froh, da denkt man, Mensch, was ist denn mit dem passiert? Dann wird man angerantet.
So he just wants to give an example, you know, so the pictures here, so there's the smiley, you know, with the joint, you know, with the cigarette, and so he said, so one person comes to work and he's really happy, and you think, oh, what's wrong with him, you know, what happened to him, you know, he's really in a good mood.
It's good to work with him today.
Yeah.
Birisi esrar kullanıp işe gelmiş birisi. Aslında mesela size hep çok komik görünür, çok eğlencelidir, çok keyiflidir, bayılırsınız onunla çalışmaya. Ama aslında onun neden bu kadar mutlu olduğuyla ilgili akıl sır ermez, yani neden mutlu diye karar veremezsiniz. Ama bir bilseniz ki hani uyuşturucu kullanmış da gelmiştir, hani kafası güzel, o anlamda mutlu şeklinde olduğunu bilemezsiniz. Belki de öyle birileri vardır diyor etrafınızda. Yani sırf mutlu diye hani uyuşturucu kullanmıyor değildir yani.
Yeah, so she says, so this one person comes to work and is really relaxed and really in good mood, and you think, wow, he's great, but in reality, he has just smoked that joint and he's just under the influence of drugs. But you can't really, you make a false assumption.
Ya böyle bir alternatif düşünmezsiniz öyle mutlu bir insan görünce iş yerinde, ama aslında böyle gerçeklikler var yani. Bazı insanlar öyledir, kullanır ve öyle işe giderler. Hani o şekilde ancak mutlu olabilirler diyor. Bilemezsiniz her zaman.
Genau, und der andere kommt zur Arbeit und hat nur schlecht geschlafen. Ne? Weil er sagt, was ist mit dem los? Ja, stimmte mit dem nicht und im Endeffekt, ja.
And then the other person is really sour-faced and really in a bad mood, and all there is to it that he had not a good night, he didn't sleep well, and so yeah.
Bazen de evet, bir kişi çok üzgün, çok sinirli işe gelirse, böyle çok böyle hani ekşimiş bir suratla, huzursuz gelirse, belki de sadece tek bir sebebi vardır. Kötü bir gece geçirmiştir, iyi uyumamıştır yani. Her şeyin altında da çok derin şeyler de aramamak lazım. Çok da hani yüzeysel de olmamak lazım.
Okay, we make it short, just read out. Patient is to stay calm in situations where you don't really want to stay calm, I think. And to let someone finish his sentence at least, or his task, or whatever. And to give him enough time to do this, or to think about things. I think everybody knows about the situation where you just have to give someone or yourself enough time to do something properly. Then for a teacher, patient, we think is to repeat things like knowledge or anything, and maybe even try it in different ways until the pupil understood what you or understands what you mean. And in this way, be creative and spontaneous and change your attitude and your way of delivering knowledge. Then patience is to keep a good mood, or to keep your good mood, even though it takes a longer time than you expected first. And we realize that patience also means to accept own mistakes and mistakes of others. And not to stress yourself about them, but just try to do better next time and learn from your mistakes, but not harass yourself because of that. And what else do we have? Patience means to accept different ways of different working styles, different working speeds, and different ways of thinking. Yeah, I think that's it. And our picture means shows the teacher and the student, and the student doesn't understand for some reason, and the teacher explains and explains again and again in different ways, the same that I mentioned. And I think another symbol for patience is a clock without digits. Is it digits?
Pointers.
Pointers? Yeah. Without this.
The clock without time.
Yeah, because there is no time pressure. Well, there might be time pressure, but you shouldn't show it. And you should find ways to deliver your whatever you want to deliver. I think that's it.
İnsan vücudu.
This is actually a human body as a person.
Görüyorsunuz. Kreatif özellik değil ve geri kalırız.
You only need your brain and maybe the rest of your body for trying to be creative.
Ayağınızla futbol oynayabilirsiniz. Resim resim çizebilirsiniz ya da voleybol oynayabilirsiniz ama bütün hepsinin yaratıldığı yer değil.
You can play the football by your foot, you can play the volleyball by your hands, but whatever you want to do, it's based on your brain.
Kimya denklemi var.
Du kannst Fußball mit deinen Füßen spielen oder Volleyball mit den Händen, aber was du machen willst, das ist vom
Beyne ihtiyacımız var.
To be able
Das ist die
to
Grundlage
solve
dafür.
it, you need your brain.
Du brauchst da nicht
Bir labirent var. Labirente giriş yeri var, çıkış yeri var. Farklı yollardan gireceğiz. Sonucu bulmak için beyine ihtiyacımız var yine.
You have a labyrinth way, which is you have numerous of different way to go to the exit. So you have the entrance, but you don't know the way to the exit. So therefore, also you need your brain to make your way out.
Bir satranç oyunu kazanmak için elle oynuyoruz. Ama yaratıcı olmamız lazım, beynimizi kullanmamız lazım yine.
This is a chess game, so to be able to play the chess, you need to use your hands, obviously, but of course to be able to use your hands and decide what to do for the next step, you need to use your brain.
Bir kül belki oynamışsınızdır. Aynı renkleri bir köşeye getireceğiz. Çözebilmek için yaratıcı olmamız lazım. Yani beynimizi kullanmamız lazım.
Again, to be able to solve this Rubik's cube. Sorry. Again, this is another game. So you to be able to play around with it, you need to use your brain.
Du brauchst wieder den Rubik's Cube und das brauchst
Bir
du.
fizik
Muss man
denklemi
auch
var.
wieder
Yine
seinen Gehirn
çözmek
einschalten.
için yaratıcı olmamız, beynimizi kullanmamız gerekiyor.
Again, another physics problem. You need your brain to solve all the formulas.
Bir ressam var.
Physik da, um irgendwelche Formeln auszuarbeiten. Braucht man auch
Eğer
wieder sein
iyi
Gehirn.
yaratıcıysanız güzel resim çizebilirsiniz ya da beyninizden geçeni kağıda dökebilirsiniz.
The last one is an artist who is drawing a picture. Again, he needs his brain to choose the colors, to choose whatever he feels that to create all the drawings.
Das letzte ist ein
Burada da bir
Künstler, der ein
kalp
Bild
var.
malt und was
Aslında hep
er braucht auch wieder
aşk,
sein
sevgi
Gehirn,
için
um die
kalbi
Farben
çizerler ama aslında yine beyinde de var.
Ja. This is the stereotypical shape of heart means love, but actually to be able to love each other, you need your brain. Actually, it's not your heart; it's your brain loves that person.
Und er sagt, und da unten, und dann ist da ein Bild eines Herzens, stereotypisch. Das symbolisiert Liebe.
For this, a teacher should see clearly and hear everything about his or her subject. And for example, following the congress or following new methodological ways or following the new books about his subject or her subject, and then he should or she should transfer them to the students. It's very important, and the knowledge can grow as a plant in your hands if you make this. And then, as the result, if you feel educate yourself, your students will trust you and trust by themselves also.
Und wenn du selber dich gut ausbildest, dann werden dir deine Studenten vertrauen und auch sich selbst vertrauen. Und dann werden die auch respektieren.
I think our picture shows everything, but I will say a few words. We are reliable teachers, like an umbrella. Our students are there, they are feeling we are protected. They feel we are honest. They feel we are trusted. So you can continue.
Güvenilirliğin açılımları var tabii ki. Bunlardan bir tanesi
trustable,
Also man kann uns vertrauen,
credibility, honest, project,
Glaubwürdigkeit,
benevolence.
Ehrlichkeit.
All the other things that they said, like honesty, to be protected, to be creative or trustworthy, they're all connected to be reliable.
Also all diese
Benim
Dinge unter dem Schirm
grup
sind
olarak
diese Eigenschaften.
deneyimlerimizden öğrendiğimiz şey, bir hocanın
Jemand beschützen,
kendini
das sind
güvenilir
alles Eigenschaften, die man
kılacağı
unter dem Oberbegriff
Yol,
zuverlässig
testlerde
oder
yaptığı sınavlarda
verlässlich
güvenilirliğini
zusammenfassen kann, die
sağlamıştır.
alle dazugehören.
From our experiences, she says, from our experiences from her work, that she has the impression from students, the best way to make them trust you, your tests and whatever examination that you're doing, so you can make your students, they can trust you after your examinations.
Bu yüzden biz hocaları, biz öğretmenlerin
Was ich gerade wieder
kaliteli ya da kaliteli sınav tekniklerini iyi bilmemiz gerekiyor.
Therefore, because we need students trust in us and believe in us, we need the good examination techniques. We need to learn examination techniques and do good quality examinations.
Und damit die Studenten uns vertrauen,
Embrace bir kucaklayıcı olması gerekiyor.
And we need to embrace them just like the breast compression.
das habe ich das verstanden.